Having good tools can really make or break your experience while programming. In this video, I'll show you the top 10 tools that I recommend for anyone looking to get started with programming. Hi, my name's Zoe. I'm a software engineer and former university professor who loves teaching folks how to code. If you're interested in learning how to code, check that first link in the description below. And if you want to sign up this week, there's going to be a special 50% discount code that I share somewhere in this video, only valid for the next 48 hours. Also, all of the items that I mentioned in this video are going to be linked in the description below. All right, let's jump into the tools. Okay, so first things first, I really recommend that anybody who is serious about becoming a software engineer, who really is serious about programming, get some sort of external monitor. A 14-inch, 16-inch computer is great as well, but I think there's something to do, especially with web development, where you can have multiple screens or just a larger visual for your what you're trying to develop. So here, this is the one that I've been using for a while. It's the Espresso 15-inch display. Basically, this allows you to travel with the monitor, so you don't actually need to have it plugged into the wall, which is really awesome. If you want something more permanent, I also have this LG Ultrafine 27-inch monitor, which I really love. Like, if I could just stay in one location and code all the time, I would definitely use this monitor all the time. It allows me to have the actual page that I'm developing and the code left and right with tons of space, which is great. So definitely would recommend either one of those if you're interested in getting a monitor. Moving on, the next thing that I really recommend is a mouse. Having a good mouse when you have that monitor set up really allows you to sort of sit back, not have your face so close to the screen, and see everything that's going on. And the mouse that I personally use is the MX Anywhere 3S. I use like a slightly older version of the mouse, but pretty much the same thing. This one, it's a really good mouse to have. And with that, you need a keyboard. Again, I personally just use the Apple Magic Keyboard because I use an Apple device. But if you aren't an Apple user, if you're a Windows user, I would definitely recommend this, the Microsoft keyboard. I really like both of these keyboards because the travel distance between the keys are pretty low. I don't personally like super loud keyboards because I am often coding in locations when I'm traveling where there are a lot of other people around. So for me, a mechanical keyboard is not that practical. But I can travel with both this keyboard and the mouse that I just mentioned, and that display screen. So I think these are really good options if you are if you have that unique use case of traveling while you're coding. The fourth thing I'll mention is noise canceling headphones. Really being able to just focus in and do your work or take meetings with a headphone with a pretty decent microphone, I think is essential as a software engineer. I use these all the time when I'm in a louder location and I need to have a meeting, or I just need to focus and get a bug fix, get a problem sorted out. And so I personally use the AirPods Pro 2, but again, any noise cancellation headphones I think would be a great addition to your set as a software engineer. All right, number 5. A laptop. You need some sort of computer to actually code on. Again, if you're a stationary person and you want to do everything on a desktop, that's actually how I learned how to code. I learned how to code on a Windows desktop that I built myself. So that's definitely realistic. But as I said, I do travel around a lot more. So now having a laptop that I can work with is preferable. I currently use the M1 MacBook Pro to code on. And to be honest, this has been a fantastic computer, leaps and bounds ahead of the Intel processors that Apple used to have. So if you are interested in purchasing a computer, would highly recommend this one, and it's like pretty decently priced for an Apple computer, right? I'm sure you can get a Windows computer that's a lot cheaper than this, but yeah, would definitely recommend this one right here. Number 6, proper webcam. Now, this for me has been essential because it allows me to move my location and still maintain a really good visual quality. My videos are crisp. This is a bit of a more of a nice to have, but I think it's a really good thing to have if you're interested in having the best video quality possible. The one that I currently have is the Opal C1, which has been a really decent webcam for me. It's really high quality, I think, and it's worked really well for me. I'll link that down below. But then the other one that I saw on Amazon was the Tadpole. Personally, have not used this one, but could be a good option as well. It seems to be a little bit smaller, more portable. So yeah, but again, any webcam that sort of elevates you from your just standard laptop webcam, I think is great because it allows you to have a lot better separation. If you use a virtual background, it does work a little bit better with those, I found. Number 7 is a good computer stand. I think this has been really a game changer for me. as I'm working either at home in a singular location or remotely on the road. The Roos laptop stand is one I definitely recommend. It allows you to actually like grip the bottom of the laptop stand, so it's not like jiggling around the place, or it might just slide off accidentally, which I think is really a good feature, especially if you're working on like a train or something like that. So this one is really good. If you are, again, at home, stationary, not moving very much, I think I personally have this exact dock, but something that just stands up your laptop and takes up less of your desk space would be really great. So yeah, something like this, something, just cheap but strong enough, heavy enough to hold your computer, perfect. So yeah, would definitely recommend that. I've been using it for a while and it's worked. Next thing, number 8, a really good light. Now, the caveat here is that I also do a lot of cinematography work. So this light, I use this light for, my videos here, for some other personal projects, and I use this light for my meetings as well. And it does an excellent job. And it has some diffusion on it, which, sort of enhances that light. Again, that is not necessary for the average developer, but if you are somebody who's thinking about getting into the YouTube or content creation space, I would definitely recommend this as a really solid and mighty light. If you want something that's a little bit more just for coding, to reduce that strain on your eyes, that's really one of the reasons I think having some good light is necessary. Would definitely recommend this BenQ screen bar. I've heard excellent things about it. I've used a screen light like this before, and I did notice some improvement when I was coding in a particular dark environment. My eyes felt a little less tired as quickly. Moving right along, some kind of office chair with wheels. I think, having wheels might be an underrated thing because you're sitting in your chair all day, being able to sort of move around and just not be so stagnant in like a dining room table chair or something like that, I think is, for me at least, has been beneficial. So something that could turn, lean back, move around. Doesn't need to be crazy expensive, but just something comfortable. This is the chair that I'm currently sitting in. Again, $73. I think I got it for $50, honestly, on Amazon. But yeah, just some kind of cheap chair that allows you to have a little bit of flexibility in your seating. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to recommend is to have a big enough workspace. Right now, the table I'm using, it's all right. It could be a little bit bigger, and I think I would have a bit of a better time with my workspace. But what I used to use is an IKEA table. So I would basically use, a full-size IKEA tabletop, and then I would screw in some legs like these just in the bottom to allow me to have just a really big, solid workspace. And that would really allow me to get a lot of stuff done. It felt a lot less cluttered. I'd spend less time, decluttering my desk every day. So yeah, that would be something I would also recommend. So if you enjoyed those recommendations and you're interested in learning how to become a software engineer, check that first link in the description below. Hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're interested, and you might also enjoy this next video right up here. All right, and I'll see you in the next one.